Hello everyone, can you hear me? Hi, can you hear me? Please confirm. Okay. So, hi everyone. First, okay. Thank you, Sania. Thank you, Niyati and Ayush. So, starting I'm sharing my screen. Just confirm when my screen is visible. I hope my screen is visible. Okay. Thank you. So, I'm starting. Today's topic is Introduction to Clinical Research. So, good evening. First, I introduce myself. I am Fahima Parveen, and I have been working in clinical research for over 6 years. Today, we are going to explore what clinical research is and why it is important, and how it plays a vital role in the development of medicines and treatment we use every day. So these are the points which we will discuss today. What is clinical research, importance of clinical research, type of clinical research, and how many clinical trial phases are there, and what are the career opportunities, everything. So first is what is clinical research. So, clinical research involves a study health and illness in people. It will help us understand how treatment works in human body. The goal is to find better ways to diagnose, prevent, and treat disease through structured human trials. Uh, Next is the importance of clinical research. You all know, without clinical research, we would not have vaccines, medicines, or surgical treatment that save us. It helps to improve patient care, develop guidelines, and make healthcare safe and more effective for everyone. So these are the type of clinical research which we do uh, practically. So there are one is the interventional clinical research, interventional studies. Interventional means those studies in which we do study on new treatment, new surgical. You can say any drug, any device, or any vaccine. So those are we also called clinical trials. In interventional studies are also called clinical trials. Observational studies are those in which we never give any drug or any treatment to the patient. We only observe the data. So those are observational studies. And there are prevention, diagnostic, screening, and quality of life. Sorry, and quality of life. So next is our clinical trial phases. So I think you all know there are 4 phases in clinical trial. So we will start from the beginning. Phase 0. Phase 0 is exploratory trials. Phase 0 means when we do the experiment on animals. In phase 0, we never do experiment on humans. We do the experiment on animals. You can say on rats, and we will study the safety of the drug. So when the phase 0 is approved, we also call preclinical study. Phase 0 is also called preclinical study. When we got the approval on preclinical study, then we move to the phase 1. So phase 1 study, we will discuss phase 1 in detail in the next slide. So phase 1 basically we do for safety, dosage, and in the phase 1 we take people 20 to 100. It's a small study in which we take very less volunteers in the phase 1. And in phase 2 we do phase 2 clinical trials to check the effectiveness and side effect of the drug. You can say we will take the large number of volunteers, more than 100 to 300, and we see the side effect of the drug, and we see the effectiveness, means how drug is effective, and we also do the kinetics in the phase 2. So next is phase 3. Phase 3 means we compare the current like investigational product to the standard treatment. For example, there is one drug for breast cancer, tocilizumab. So we will compare our drug with the tocilizumab, and we will see the side effect. Okay, and we will do the phase 3 on the large number of volunteers, like hundreds to thousands participants we select in phase 3. Phase 4 is post-marketing surveillance. When DCGI or CDSCO approved our drug in phase 3, so this drug will come in the market, and people can purchase this drug from the market. But we also do the trials on this drug to check the side effect of the drugs. We take the large number of patients in this phase 4, and we check the adverse event and side effect of the drug. Is there any more side effects? Okay, so these are the phases in clinical trials. So phase 4, like I already explained, phase 0 is exploratory trials. We also called micro dosing studies, in which we give the dose to the rats or other animals also, like rabbit and all. And we conduct a phase 1 to assess the pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics. I think you all know what is pharmacokinetics and what is pharmacodynamics. Pharmacokinetics means ADME, when the drug when body absorb the drug, and how it reacts with the body. So it's like we take very small number, 10 to 15, or like maximum 100 patients we take in phase 0, or like in sorry 10 to 15 in phase 0. And there is no other our goal is determined to give how drug behaves in the body, and it's help us to understand the drug capacity, how human can expect how we can human how the drug react to the body. So this is phase 1. It is the first stage of testing in human subject, in which like uh, first time we given the drug IP, we also call to the human subject, and we assess the safety, tolerability, and determine how appropriate dosage range. In phase 1, we select the dose, we check the dose, how like what is the appropriate range of the dose we can give to the patient, we can give to the humans. So the participant is 20 to 100, and we very closely we monitor the side effects, and we check the drug metabolism. And if the like dosage, and if the there is less side effect, if the dosage is appropriate for the phase 1 study, so if DCGI approve phase 1, then we will move to the phase 2. And we also do dose explanation. Dose explanation means we divide the dose in 2 parts or 3 parts. Like for example, if we are taking 10 patients, so first 3 patients we will give the 5 mg dose, next 3 patients we will give the 10 mg dose, and next 3 patients we will give the 15 mg, and we will see the results. If better results come in 5 mg, then we will select the 5 mg dose to the next trial. So this is phase 2, in which we take 100 to 300 participants, and we check the efficacy of the drug and treatment in people who have a disease. For example, if any patient has breast cancer, so we will check the efficacy of that drug in that patient, and we closely monitor the safety, and we evaluate the effectiveness. So it is totally randomized and controlled trials we do in phase 2. And we sometimes we sometimes we do trials with the placebo also, but in phase 2 majority trials are randomized, in which we randomly take the patient who are eligible according to the inclusion or exclusion criteria, and the dose which we have decided in the phase 1 we give to the same dose we will give to the patients in the phase 2, and we will we will review the data, and we will provide the data to the CDSU, to the DCGI team. They will review, and they will if they are satisfied, they are satisfied with the data, then they will approve, they will give the approval for the phase 3 study. So phase 3 basically we conduct this trial in a large group, 300 to 3,000 patients, and we check the efficacy and monitor very closely the adverse effect of the drugs, and we compare the IP, like the drug which we are using in the trial. We compare this drug with the standard treatment. Standard treatment means which is already available in the market, which is already prescribing to the patients. So these phase 3 trials are randomized, and we also conduct a double-blinded study. Double-blinded means participants are divided into two parts, and group A group A will receive the medicine, the drug which we are doing the experiment, and group B will not receive the drug. They will receive the placebo, and they will compare the results also. So after collecting all the data, safety and everything, and all the data will be submitted to the regulatory team, that is the DCGI. In India, we will follow the DCGI, and if DCGI approved our product, then the product will come into the marketing, then the drug properly labeled and comes in the marketing. So when the drug comes in the marketing after DCGI approval, and so that after that also companies do a phase 4 study to check the delayed side effects and long-term safety. So these in phase 4 we see the large number of patients. We enrolled a large number of patients, and most importantly focused on pharmacovigilance, means the adverse event in phase 4. If company is doing phase 4 study, so the purpose of the study is to check the delayed side effect, adverse event of the drug. So these are the stakeholders. First, sponsor means a pharma company. Pharma company who is developing the drug, who is preparing the drug. Investigator means if we are doing the study, if we are doing any clinical trial, so we have to select any site, any hospital in which one person who is conducting that trial, he will be the investigator. Principal investigator, and clinical research coordinator is the person who will assist the who will assist the investigator for conducting the trial. So participants means those patients who are eligible for the clinical trial according to the inclusion or exclusion criteria. In clinical trial, we prepare a protocol which we basically focus on clean inclusion and exclusion criteria. According to the inclusion or exclusion criteria, we enroll the patient in the trial. So next is ethics committee. Ethics committee means regulatory authorities. Regulatory authorities means FDA or DCGI also. First, when the protocol is prepared, so sponsor or any CRO will submit the protocol to the DCGI team. DCGI team will review the protocol, and they will approve the protocol. After their approval, we can start the clinical trial. So when the DCGI will approve the protocol, then we will we will select the site, on which site means hospital, on which hospital we have to perform the clinical trial study. And when the site is selected, so every site has their own ethics committee. So they will investigator will submit the documents to the ethics committee for their review, and they will review the documents, they will review the protocol. If they are satisfied, they will approve the protocol, and after ethics committee approval, we can only start the trial. Without ethics committee approval, we cannot start the trial. Without ethics committee and DCGI approval, we cannot start the trial. So these are the career opportunities. If there are multiple departments in clinical research, there are clinical operation. If you want to go in clinical operation, so you first you have to like if you want to start your career by site, so there are two options. One is clinical research coordinator, one clinical trial assistant. So basically clinical research coordinator is the main person in the clinical study, because he do day to day site operation, and he is coordinating with the PI also, ethics also, sponsor also. So he is the midpoint, and the clinical trial assistance is who support in documentation, tracking, and coordination. After CRC or CTA, you can become a CRA. CRA is the person who coordinate with the sponsors and who coordinate with the site. His responsibility is to monitor sites and ensure protocol compliance. So there are another department, clinical data management, in which you can become a data manager, but you have to start from the level one. So in clinical data management, basically the data which is CRA collected from the site, the CRC entered in the EDC. So clinical data management has responsibility to review the data, to prepare the EDC, to review the data, validation, database management, everything. So there is one department, regulatory affairs specialist. The responsibility of this department is managing the regulatory submissions and approval. For example, if we need to submit any SAE document, so the regulatory department, the submission of the SAE from the sponsor side, responsibilities from the regulatory department, and submission of the protocol, submission of the ICF, all the regulatory documents. Project manager is the person who leads CRA, CRC, and CTA, who basically see the how the trial, how the what is the progress of the clinical trial study, who coordinate with the CRAs, who take the who manage everything all in the clinical trial study. Medical writer are those who prepare the study protocols, reports, regulatory documents. And there is pharmacovigilance who handle all the adverse event and monitor all the adverse event. So there are other department also, you can check, and we can discuss in the next class also, like what are other options in clinical research departments. So yeah, thank you so much. Now we can discuss in detail if you have any question. So I would love to hear your questions and thoughts. Thank you. Just let me know if you have any questions. Please drop your questions in chat so that I can answer you in detail. Or else I can ask you few questions so you can answer me. Basically, what is the starting salary as clinical research assistant? Actually, clinical research assistant salary starting is it depends totally which company you are joining. If you are joining any MNC like IQVIA, Icon, PPD, Perexel, so your starting salary will be 25 to 30. Okay, but if you are joining any Indian company, so their salary will be like 20, 21. Be- uh, how to join companies or industries? First, I would like to know, like, in which department you are interested, because if you are interested in clinical operation, so I will suggest you start your career from the site level as a clinical research coordinator. Because if you will start your career as a clinical research coordinator, your basic will be very clear. Because like I have worked at AIMS hospital. Okay, AIMS New Delhi is a huge hospital, like it's a like India's top hospital it is. So basically then you can work independently. Okay, you will get to know about the documents, how to recruit the patient, how to communicate the patient, what are the major documents at the site. If you will become a CRA, then it will be very easy to with you, like how to work at site and what are the major points which we need to discuss with the site. The do clinical research offers career opportunities, quality assurance? Yes, yes, they have one department of quality assurance in which they basically review the documents and they do the audit, internally audit, or as a for example, if you work in a sponsor, so at the sponsor do audit at site level also. So yeah, there is a specific department in clinical research for quality assurance. Ma'am, what comes in clinical operation? Clinical operation means how the trial is ongoing. Clinical operation is the main department in clinical research, because if data is not collected, then what is the purpose of doing clinical trial? Okay, and how data will collect? If CRC will work at site, if CTA will help to the CRA. And who is CRA? CRA is the main person who coordinate with the site and who train, monitor the site, who check like everything is going on properly as per the protocol or not. So clinical, I am interested in clinical operation. I have started my career from Max Hospital, Max Healthcare, and I was working as a CRC. Then I moved to AIMS Hospital as a CRC also. I worked there for 3 years. Then I moved to Medal Life Sciences, and I was working as a senior CRA. What is the best pharmacology per quality? Uh, Sorry, I missed one question. How to basically what is the starting salary? Medical writing salary and job on site or remote. Medical writing like is a good option for those who doesn't want to travel, who doesn't want to go site. Medical writing department is like you have to just prepare the documents, and there are many companies who offers remote work, and like Cineos and many companies, IQVIA and PPD and other companies also. Majority provide work from home only. They don't have to visit to the hospital. They don't have to like coordinate with other team. Like if you're working in clinical operation, and then you have to coordinate with the respective team also, data management team, medical writing team, site. So clinical operation you should have a multi-talented, because you have to coordinate with multiple departments, you have to coordinate with the multiple persons. But for in medical writing you have to only work independently, because you have to prepare the documents only, nothing else. And salary in medical writing, it's totally depend on the company to company, but yeah, starting salary is like 25 to 30, and sometimes few companies give you 35 also, if you crack your interview properly. Any courses available clinical research 6 months? Yeah, there are many companies who are providing 6-month courses in clinical research. And you can check online also. There are many companies who are providing not to 6 months, 3 months also. Give me clarification about scope of clinical research. As I told you, like clinical research is a wide scope, and there are multiple departments. For example, clinical operation, medical writing, pharmacovigilance, quality assurance, data management, biostatistician. So it's totally depend in which department you are interested. If you are interested to like work in a core So then I'll suggest you, if you want to earn more money, then go to in clinical operation, because the scope of clinical research good in mostly clinical operation department. Or you can also go to clinical data management. There are few companies who are providing remote job in clinical data management. They don't have to work from the office, they have to work only from the home, their home. And yeah, which course will be done for pharmacovigilance associate? If, if you did B Farm, so you can directly go to the pharmacovigilance. B Farm, after B Farm, you can directly, you will get a good job in pharmacovigilance. There are many companies who are hiring people in pharmacovigilance, like Wipro, Apsa. So there are many companies who are recruiting candidates directly after graduations. What is the actual work in medical writing? In medical writing, there are multiple, there are three categories basically. One is the regulatory authorities, in which they have to prepare the protocols, ICF, all these things. One is in which they have to prepare the advertisement, you can say. And there are other, for example, press, and other document also which we provide at the site. So videos which we use sometimes for the IM meetings. So yeah. And the major medical writing is, one is clinical study report. One departments who prepare the clinical study report. Clinical study report means when the trial is complete, all the data has been logged. So the medical writing from regulatory teams has to prepare the clinical study report. So the those team has work in the end, and one who prepared the protocol, they started the work in the beginning of the trial. And those who are interested in preparing the videos, advertisement, and any we can say um, patient ID cards which we use in the trials. So yeah, what is the are we discussing all the domains in further lectures related to career opportunity discussed today's lecture? If you want me to discuss these lectures in the next, so definitely I'll make a detailed PPT in which I'll explain you about the what is clinical research in details, and what are the roles, what are the starting salary and maximum salary, and what are the companies which hiring, and how to apply. And I can explain you if you want, just let me know how many people want it. What the salary package of pharmacovigilance associate? Pharmacovigilance has a good salary, starting salary. Like for example, Wipro, it's totally depend company to company, but yeah, Wipro is providing good salary. Starting salary is 25 to 30,000 in hand, and if you work on the weekend also, so they will give you the extra amount also. I want to do sport pharmacist. What the starting of the preparation? Sport pharmacist first. If you want to become a pharmacist, so definitely you have to do the B Pharm or Pharm D. If you will have a degree, and you can apply to the respective sport areas, and they will hire you. So yeah, but you should have a B Pharm degree, B Pharm or Pharm D. How many salary freshers candidates in medical writing? See, fresher definitely minimum 25 and maximum 30, 35, and it's depend on the candidate also, how he cracks the interview. Any more questions? Okay, so like 75% are interested in clinical operation, and only 25% are interested in medical writing. Okay, nice. I'm adding one more question in poll. So do you want me to present career opportunity in detail? Just let me know yes or no so that I can prepare. uh, does AI will affect the clinical research job? No, AI help. AI does not affect a clinical research job in future because see if CRC is working at site, so how AI can affect his job? No, I don't think so. Even AI is helping in clinical research. It is not affecting clinical research job. For pharmacovigilance, no, MPharm is not necessary. You can also apply after BPharm. MPharm master degree is a plus point for you, but yes, after BPharm also you can apply for pharmacovigilance. There are many companies who are hiring graduated candidates. Compare pharmacomedical, which one is better? Comparing between pharmacovigilance and medical coding, which one is better? Medical coding is definitely good, but yeah, pharmacovigilance is also have good scope. I'll suggest according to me pharmacovigilance, because pharmacovigilance is you have to review the adverse event, and if you are doing clinical trials and basically in oncology, so there are huge adverse event happen in the clinical trials, and pharmacovigilance has good scope and many jobs also available in market, and pharmacovigilance has a good okay, 100%. Okay, okay, I'll prepare one PPT to explain you everything in detail, what are the opportunities and how we can approach the companies. Any more questions related to do you guys understand what is clinical research and what are the phases, what we do in phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 and phase 4? Any doubt related to these phases? Because in the next class we will we will understand everything regulatory what are the guidelines available in the market, like according to the DCJ, what are the guidelines which we have to follow in clinical research. So just let me know all the points has been cleared in according to phase 1, phase 2. What is the scope of regulatory affairs? Regulatory affair has good scope, but the work in regulatory affairs is totally like a little bit difficult because you have to review the documents in detail and you have to approach to the government authorities. You have to visit the government authorities. So if you are that much capable and confident, then you can apply. But yeah, growth scope of regulatory affairs is good. Pooja, you said no, so I'm not able to understand why you said no. For what? After completion course, provide placement company. Definitely, I will provide you. I will suggest you few companies also, and I will help you how to apply, and if I'll give you some reference also, and if you want to work in Delhi NCR, so definitely I'll refer you in few hospital. Clear, ma'am. So how many? Okay. So it is good. All the points has been clear. Okay. So I want to ask few question in poll. Just let me type. Okay, just I have added one question in poll. Just please answer. If we are comparing the investigational drug with the standard treatment, then what type of phase it is? Phase 3 or phase 4? Satish, if you have any reference for Pune students, please provide. Sure, I'll after completing all the class, I'll help you. No, Tushar. Please respond. Oh, 13% are saying phase 4. No, phase 3 is the correct answer. If we are comparing this investigational drug or investigational product with the standard treatment, then it is phase 3. Okay. Phase 4 means drug already available in the market, but company wants to do clinical trial on this drug to check the delayed side effect or long term safety. That is phase 4. Okay. 83% in phase 3, 16% phase 4. So those who have clicked on phase 4, wrong answer. Answer is phase 3. Okay. So I have explained about the ethics committee also. I hope you all understand what is the ethics committee. I'm typing one question. So yeah. Clinical research in the internship program certificate help in to. I don't think so. If you are already, if you are poor, what to the mat with what is the main important point matters, like what is your qualification? Okay, and if you are doing a B Farm, if you are doing MSc in clinical research, so you should do internship in clinical research department after completing your masters or graduation. I don't think these certification course will help you. Side by side, you can do. There is one website, NIDA, NIDA. Okay, so NIDA is a GCP training. GCP, like I'll explain you in the next class. What is GCP? GCP is a guideline which we follow in the clinical trial. Okay, so side by side, and it is totally free. You can visit on the nida.com, and you can register there, and you can read all the points, and you can there is a questionnaire also, and if you clear more than 75%, you will get a certificate. But those clinical research program certificate course, I don't think they will help you. But yes, you should do the internship in hospital, in clinical research department, or any clinical research company, any CRO, or any sponsor company where you can learn practically. Because if you will do the internship, you will learn practically, so it will be easy for you in your job. 68% said site correct, 32% sponsor. No, ethics committee is a part of hospital. Because what is ethics committee? It's a committee, okay, in which there are five type of members are available. One is a legal expert. Why legal expert is a part of ethics committee? Because legal expert has to review the protocol, like everything is going properly, and if patient is participating in the study, then it should be like legally. No one is forcing, no one is like doing illegal work in the clinical trial. Second is layperson. Layperson is not from the medical background. It should be, he or she should be from non-medical background, so that he will review the informed consent form, the document which patients sign. So it should be in easy language. Third is medical scientist, social scientist, and clinician. Clinician is like MBBS doctor. Okay, so it's a committee who review the documents, who like what is the protocol, and everything is cleared, how much blood is they are taking for the test, it is not harmful for the patient. And ethics committee review the complete document protocol, like all the documents, and if they will approve the protocol, then only after principal investigator do the clinical trial at the site. So those who clicked on site correct 75%, sponsor no. Ethics committee is a part of site, not sponsor. Okay. So any more question related to today's session? Mm-mm. I hope I have answered all the questions. If you have any more questions, please let me know in the chat. Okay, let me ask one more question in the poll. Or okay, I have added one question in. Okay, so someone asked one question, Pratham Pradeep, is medical coding is same as medical writing? Actually, no. Medical coding and medical writing are not same. They are very different roles in healthcare. And basically, what is medical coding? The process of converting medical diagnosis, in which we like use standardized codes. Okay, these codes are used for billing insurance claims. So like medical coding is totally different and medical writing is totally different. Medical writing is in which we prepare the scientific documents. Medical writing is different. Okay, I asked clinical trials means no, observational studies are different. Clinical trials means in which we are doing experiment on humans. Okay, so those are clinical trials. And observational means in which we are only observing. We are not giving any treatment. We are only observing the data or patients. Okay, I can. Okay, Nida. So what? I can just give me a minute. I'm just sharing the Nida link with you. It's a GCP certification. Okay, so you can if you want GCP certification, so you can do this. You can it's a training of online free training, GCP training. So you will get to know what is GCP, what is informed consent form, what is principal investigator responsibilities. So NIDA is like very helpful to understand about clinical research. Okay, so I think you can use this link. Those who have clicked on observational study know clinical research is a easy career option. Easy career option. Yes, it's easy. Because if I'm not getting your point. Why are you asking this? Like easy career option. You want a easy job or what? It is like clinical research is a good uh, field because you will learn more about the disease. You will directly interacted with the doctors. You will you will got to know about the upcoming medicines. There is one medicine, like for example, if I am handling one study, okay, and that study will that drug will come after 2 years in a market, so you can proudly say I have worked on this drug. For study, yeah, it is very easy. It is not a big, yeah, it is easy. After B Farm, also you can do clinical research jobs, or there are BSc in clinical research. Many colleges are providing BSc in clinical research, MSc in clinical research. If you want to do like short term course, so definitely you can go with the BSc in clinical research. How does clinical research differ from the medical practice? Medical practice means those who did the MBBS, because medical practice sounds like treating patient or okay. So medical practice only those who they can do who have MBBS degree. And clinical research is different because we cannot directly see the patient. We are doing clinical research, clinical trial. We are doing experiment on humans. We are like collecting the data. We are connected with the patient, but not directly, indirectly, via doctor. Okay. So medical practice is like something different, and clinical research is totally different. Okay. Any more question? If any like course or any job you will do by choice, so definitely you will enjoy it. If you are not interested in this, so definitely you will not enjoy your career, or you will not learn anything. So first, read what is clinical research. If you have any doubt, come tomorrow. Take write all the questions, and tomorrow ask me. Okay, I'll clear all the points. After BPharm, which courses need for the job? After BPharm, you can directly apply. There is no course you need to do after in clinical research. BPharm, after BPharm, you can directly apply in companies for in clinical research department. So basically, if you did I also did B Farm. I did B Farm from Jamia Hamdard, and MBA in Jamia from Jamia Hamdard. Okay, and after MBA, I did MBA in pharmaceutical management. After MBA, I was not interested in marketing line. Okay, so I was interested in something like in medical line, which I was connected with my graduation background also. So I prefer to join clinical research. Okay, initially I was not understanding properly, like what is the scope, what is like how to work in clinical research department, and etc. But when I started working, I spent my 1 year. So after that, I really feel like it's a very interesting job. It's not audible. Please confirm, everyone. I'm not audible. Am I audible? Please confirm. Okay, okay, okay. Thank you. Okay. So yeah, Durgesh, after you, if you did B Farm, so directly you can apply in companies. I'll suggest you, if you are interested in clinical operation, so apply in hospital first in clinical research department, worked as a CRC there for at least 1 year or 2 year, then move to any company at a CRO or a sponsor company where you can you use your site skills. I did MBA in pharmaceutical management. Okay. Which job portal helpful to find? I think LinkedIn is the best portal. Okay. I'll suggest you uh, pre- uh, prepare register your account on LinkedIn. Okay, and post there. If you are pursuing your graduation degree or master degree. Okay, so follow the clinical research pages. There are many pages, there are many seniors who post about the clinical research, and it's a very good portal, and you will learn so many things from the LinkedIn also. And for job, I'll suggest you LinkedIn help, like a lot to find a job, because there are many HRs who post directly on LinkedIn or their email IDs also, and there are, you can directly apply to many job also. So LinkedIn is the best platform. Okay, anything else you want to ask? If all the points are cleared for today's session, so we can connect tomorrow and we can discuss more points, new topic. Thank you, everyone. So tomorrow, same time, I'll connect and we will discuss everything in detail. Okay. So just if you have just today, please read about the clinical research, clinical operations, medical writing, and if you have any doubt, just write down your questions and ask me tomorrow. Okay. From work from home, I'm also working from home. Okay. And I think, see, first, as a fresher, nobody will give you work from home opportunity. Nobody. You have to spend your 6 month, 1 year in a company, because company will understand your how you work, how you perform. If your performance is good, definitely they will provide you work from home opportunity. Okay. So yeah, initially you have to work from the office, and after few months there are many department, medical writing, they will give you work from home opportunity for permanently. Clinical data management, work from home opportunity permanently. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone. Tomorrow we will connect and we will discuss everything in detail. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.